KHUTV. I'm Maddie Welby and I'm filming from my room. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To continue our showcase of Green Mountain academics, here's some AHP and STEM video.
It's definitely one of the coolest things that Green Mountain has to offer.
AHP is one of the most unique and welcoming places that a person can go. It stands for the Arts, Humanities, and Performing Arts, and it's basically just this program that you can use your creativity and talents to just have fun in a good community.
It's basically a collective group of classes that involve performing arts such as theater, band, orchestra, choir, and things like that. My favorite classes are definitely all the performing arts classes such as acting and choir and all of those things. Those are what I enjoy the most. So you don't have to be in an academy until your senior year. So when you're a senior, that's when you actually decide on what it is you're going to have and you'll graduate with. But from freshman year to junior year, it's not a requirement.
The academies really help you as a high schooler trying to figure out where you want to go in life. It helps lead you on a path that gives you different options in a certain field that you can explore in and just have different experiences in to really find out what you want to do with your life.
You come into high school not knowing what you're going to want to do with your life, but the pathways definitely kind of help push you in a good direction, and it's nice.
I think it's a good way to track where you are and what you're doing, because I think it's really easy to just take school by a semester basis, but when you have this long plan where it's okay, I'm going to take these classes to develop this bank of knowledge that will help me when I graduate, I think it's just good for organization, among other things. I think it's a good way to track where you are and what you're doing, because I think it's really easy to just take school by a semester basis, but when you have this long plan where it's okay, I'm going to take these classes to develop this bank of knowledge that will help me when I graduate, I think it's just good for organization, among other things. It's science, technology, engineering, and math, and you take classes that give you credits for it, and there's 3 or 4 options, I guess. And depending on the classes you take, you can fill out any of those certain options in the pathway. I think it's really, at least for me personally, it's part of what I want to do when I graduate. I'm not completely sure what I want to do yet, but I want to be an engineer, and doing this pathway gives me experience for that. I really enjoyed AP Computer Science. I think it was the most I've enjoyed a class at this school. Just being in the school and taking classes, you should finish an academy. It's really simple to get one. I don't think just being a student at this high school, you have to do it, but if it interests you and you think it could be helpful for your career, I think you should definitely do it, because you really lose nothing. You just take an elective or take other classes that relate to it, and you get really valuable experience.
To continue our student shout-out segment, here's some few more students nominated by their teachers. Congratulations to the following students. Miss Glogard, Pierce Drake, Haley Rears for working hard and always having a positive attitude. For Miss Everdeen, Natalie Dion for doing such great work in math. For Miss Waterhouse, Jaden Bible for asking terrific questions and is repetitious about doing a great job. For Miss Tuttle, Liliana Hooden for being a strong leader. Miss Tuttle is in a complete awe of your steadfast motivation and willingness to help all students in class to be successful and have resources they need. We don't know what we'd do without you. An assist for a virtual classroom. And finally, Mr. Starkey, who would like to recognize Anisha Valdez and Liv Claudel for having a passionate and focus on equality and rights for all people. We appreciate their interest in civil rights and how much they are considering where they can contribute in making this a better world. To all 8th graders, here's a message from Dr. Pennell. 8th grader students, Dunston's PTA and staff would like to give each of you a transition from middle school to high school. Ms. Pennell is administrative team and 8th grade teachers are looking for yard sale designs. If you have an artistic talent and you like to submit a design, you can submit an electronic design to your principal at jennifer.pennell@jeffcoschools.k12.co.us. Think about what you want on your yard sign, and we'll be giving every 8th grade student at the end of the year. This chance to show your talent and have a work of art. Congratulating to all Dunston graduates in yards of all across the Green Mountain area.
My favorite person in history to look up to is Albert DJ Cashier, a transgender soldier that served in the Civil War. Knowing about him and understanding his life helps me feel like I can accomplish things in the future.
Dolores Huerta co-founded the United Farm Workers Association that protects the rights of farm workers in California and in Texas. She dedicated her whole life to protect farm workers and field workers, along with gay rights, and advocated for them whenever she could.
In 1978, Harvey Milk was elected to be San Francisco's District 6 city supervisor as the first openly gay man.
I believe punk music in its essence is queer. The counterculture appearance and the demonstration of power and rage through music mobilized queer people to be able to express their identities, emotions, and dissent towards society in music, and we're able to find a community in that scene.
Amaranta Gomez Regaldo is a two-spirit music activist that also teaches about HIV and AIDS studies. They teach about local anthropologists, and they also teach about indigenous sexuality studies too. It's really nice to see another person of color, especially in the indigenous area, who's also works a lot in Mexico, about different topics that strongly affect not only my community, but the cultures and the heritages that I identify with too.
Marsha P. Johnson was a trans woman of color from New York who was said to have started the Stonewall riots. She was an amazing person for my community, and as an African-American trans person, we don't get a lot of representation. So for me to see somebody so strong, so powerful, somebody that literally pays it no mind, it makes me feel so connected with my community.
Now here's June with the weather.
Hello and welcome to this week's weather. On Monday, oh goodness. Do I actually have to read all this? On Monday, there will be an average temperature of 55 degrees. On Tuesday, it will be 52. On Wednesday, it will be 54 with a chance of precipitation. On Thursday, it will be 42. And on Friday, it will be 37 with chance of precipitation. But it's Colorado. Who knows if that's actually going to happen?
Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful week, Dunston Patriots.